morning. Still see some clouds out there, but those blue skies here. Looked online. Some roads are still closed, some are open. Last night, sitting in the truck stop at Flying J in Balgony, all of a sudden, half the parking lot just emptied. Every truck is in a mad rush out. Jess is like, road's open. Check the maps. Yep, Highway 1's open. Everybody's in this mad rush to leave in the evening as all these wet roads are going to freeze into black ice. Today morning, we checked. We decided not to go. It's like, you know what? Let's wait till the morning, wait till the sun's hitting the roads. Make sure that black ice is not black ice and it's water instead of ice. Checked today morning. The road's been open and closed all night long because of accidents and stuff. So, yep. I'm glad we didn't go for it. Twitter, there's cars showing pictures of just standstill on Highway 1. We might still hit that stuff. It's still slippery out there. But I figured we have a much safer and better chance of making it during daylight when the sun's hitting the road. Now, having said that, the map still says the road is closed down to Boissevain, where we wanted to head. But the road is open to where our friends live in Roland. So we're going to head to our friend's place instead of to Boissevain like the plan was. It's actually a bit shorter this way, but we were going to bobtail from Boissevain to our friend's place, but since that road's still closed, so I think that's the best bet. If all of a sudden the roads get bad this way and we think there's a better way to go, we'll do that, but kind of have no hard plans, change plans if necessary, so we'll see down the road. They just opened what?
They just opened that road.
They just opened the road partway down to Boissevain? That's good. That is good. Well, there were a couple roads we need open for Boissevain, but so part of that's open, so maybe we'll go that way. We'll see. Once we hit Brandon, we'll have to make that choice. We'll see. Well, we're starting to see snow. Pretty cool clouds out there. The roads are starting to get wet, +2 Celsius. I wouldn't want to have been on these roads here already at night. We are approaching Whitewood, Saskatchewan, eastbound on Highway 1. Jess says for the life of her she can't decide if she's hot or cold. It's because I keep changing the thermostat in here. Well, not thermostat, the heat settings. I wish the truck had a thermostat. That'd be nice. Climate control. Like the bunk has a thermostat, but got a feeling I'm going to be using a lot of washer fluid next couple hours. Very good thing I got new wipers. Why? This is the prairies. You don't have, there's nobody behind you. You could stay in that lane for 15 minutes and nobody would show up behind you. Why do you have to cut right in front of me? Why? In BC, that makes sense. I get that. But this is, I don't know. Instead, you want to throw rock and muck in my face. Very interesting clouds. Very interesting. Probably a little too blown out on the camera because the contrast. The camera doesn't know what to do. It's like white clouds, white ditches, black road. Too much contrast. But yeah, the snow has started. You'll notice anytime we're on Highway 1, you'll see the 2-trailer combination. Loads on the other side of the road. Basically, they're 2 full-size trailers with dollies in them, between them. You can do that across most of Canada on Trans-Canada Highway. Not everywhere. Whitewood. Saskatchewan Potash Interpretive Center. Yeah, a lot of this potash gets sent right to the coast, gets put on barges and ships and gets sent across the ocean. Fertilizer. Gets used as fertilizer, or at least one of the ingredients in fertilizer. Mined out of the prairies. Beautiful. I'm enjoying the snow so far. I think I've decided to not go to Bois Vane. I think. It's still a long way to go before I have to make the final decision. I might change my mind, but here's my reasoning. Even if the road gets open by the time we get there, right now there's still one section closed. They opened most of it, but one section still closed. Likely that section will be open by the time we get there. Even if the roads are open, the yard I'm delivering to is not going to be clear, and I'm not going to be able to drop the trailer anywhere there except on a side road. And that might not make the local population very friendly to me doing that. If I go to my friend's place, I will very likely have to just park on the side of a road somewhere, and that will not make the local population very friendly. But at least I'll have a truck attached to it. I'll put my phone number in the window just in case someone would like me to move. I have the ability to just walk down the street and move everything if I have to park on a street. Play the make a spot game. It's like if the snow clearing crew sees a phone number, they'll call it, get me to move, and it's like, sure, I can move. And I'll be close enough. I'm going to want to, cold temperatures at night, I'll want to warm up the truck tomorrow and do a short little drive. Just an off-duty drive. Drop the trailers and bobtail around, warm up the truck. Maybe even twice, depending on the temperature. But I think I'll have to do it once, but we'll monitor that. We don't need the truck to be a solid chunk of ice.
Tuesday will be fun.
Yeah, Tuesday will be interesting. The reason I would rather go to Bois Vane today and drop off the trailers there is because I would go there, drop the trailers, untarp, and then go to our friend's place. The way I'm planning on doing it now is go to our friend's place. We'd have to drive to Bois Vane Tuesday morning, and then have to untarp in the morning when it's cold instead of in the day when it's warmer and more comfortable. But I just don't see that working, me going to Bois Vane first. So I think that voice in my head says not to do that, so we'll just go to our friend's place, unless the voice tells me otherwise.
His voice agrees with you.
Jess's voice agrees with me, my voice. We'll see. Right now it's just a light dusting of snow in the ditch. Let's see what it looks like when we get to Manitoba. Still a way off. Look at all that oncoming traffic.
That's a traffic jam.
I'd say a road's been open somewhere. Holy smokes. We've been seeing this for several miles now. Just truck after truck after truck after truck. Then you have a couple, little bit of a gap, and then more truck after truck. Just hundreds of trucks. There's a good sign when you see that many trucks headed this way. Almost like they've all been sitting in Winnipeg. And when they open the road, somewhere along the road they've been stopped. And the roads are open now, and they're all going now. And it's just look, truck after, I don't know if you can see as far away as I can, but just miles away. Still just see headlights twinkling. It's just rig after rig after rig after rig. It's hundreds of them. I'd say it's a good sign for the road being open. I've never seen this highway this busy, ever. Not in the boonies like this. I've never seen the highway this busy. I can't see anybody behind us. There are some cars in front of us, but
nothing could be on that side of the road.
yeah, there's some flashing lights going on out there. I don't know if they're just flashing brights that they're passing a big rig. That whole silly game that people do. I know they teach it in driver's ed, but it's not friendly when someone flashes their brights at you and you're looking in the mirror and get blinded. Good chance I'm going to be blind and run you off the road as you pass me if you flash me at night. Just don't do it. I certainly won't be your friend if you flash me when you pass me. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, it's a good sign, all that traffic. Good sign, good sign. I have no idea where we are. We're in the boonies. But yeah, lots of traffic coming from Manitoba. It just keeps going, mile after mile after mile. It's pretty cool. It's unique. You don't get to see that very often, having that much traffic in the middle of nowhere, Saskatchewan. Pretty cool. Just saw a snowman in the ditch. That looks like a pretty nasty rollover right there. Pickup, F-150. Holy smokes. Looks like that would have been an exciting ride. But yeah, I was just saying that, well, you know, you were in a road closure when you had time to build a snowman in the ditch, and then you see a rollover after that. So that's probably the result of the road closure. Yeah, that cab looked pretty smushed. I'm sure they have at least some minor injuries in that one. Yeah, the roads are beautiful. We are now just east of Griswold, headed to Brandon, Manitoba.
I know my sister.
And the roads are looking really good. Normally we would turn south at Griswold and take a shortcut down to Boissevain, but we're gonna leave Boissevain till Tuesday. But yeah, the roads are really good. This was all black ice the last 2 days, so here the issue wasn't the amount of snow, it was the fact that everything was freezing on the road and the roads were so slippery. There's more marks going into the ditch there. Yeah. So seeing more and more of those lines into ditches. So I'm glad we waited till today during the daylight. The roads are nice and dry. This section of road got closed a couple times last night, so time to have all that water evaporate off the road. Nice and dry roads now. So the further we go, the more wet we're going to get into, because the further south we once we go off on Highway 1, we're going to get into more and more snow. So, but so far, really good conditions. Enjoying the beautiful ride. Plus 3 degrees Celsius. The sun pokes out every now and then, so a good day. A good day. Yeah, more lines into ditches there. Sure, we'll see more and more of those as we keep going. Yeah, and with roads like this, there'll be a lot less of those being created. So I'm glad we timed out to be driving when there's daylight and sun beating down on the roads, instead of at night when they're all frozen. That was kilometer marker 88, so we're 88 kilometers into Manitoba. Interesting that the kilometers count from west to east. I always thought that they would be, most states, most provinces, I think they always count from east to west. I wonder if they count to Winnipeg and then the other side are the exact opposite.
They do separate east from west.
We won't find out today. We're not going to Winnipeg. I know the roads are nice and dry, but why are you in a rush on nice and dry roads when you know these roads were closed? Because you're in a rush to make Thanksgiving dinner, probably, but don't want to end up being upside down in the ditch. Don't want to be the reason for another road closure. What's the building over there on the shoulder? There's some kind of dirt road being built. That's a lot of flashing lights over there. What is going on with all those oh, there's a semi in the ditch rolled over. It's one of the two trailer combo semi backwards into the ditch. Oh no, it's not. It's a single trailer. I don't know why I thought two. So it's just a single truck and trailer on its side, rolled over and backed into the ditch. Roads were still slippery last night. We're just outside of Brandon. Eastbound, headed into Brandon. Yep, all the vehicles I keep seeing a line seeing into the ditch. Now the big rig on its side. I am happy I waited till today to tackle this highway. Yeah, not a lot of snow. Like, it's not terrible. But it's been melting like crazy too, so.
So some of these ditches
Yeah, there's places where the median is just completely flat. It's filled in completely with snow. That's a little further south and further east. Different directions, there's a lot more snow, so. We don't actually go through Brandon taking this. You see Brandon, Boissevain Highway 10 South. That's where we're supposed to be headed, but we're going to just continue straight through because I honestly don't think there's a point of going that way. There will be nowhere to drop my trailers, so. Take the route that is much shorter to our friend's place, and then we'll just head back Tuesday morning with the trailers. And then untarp in the morning in the freezing weather. It's only supposed to be -1, -2, but so the speed limit's got to be reduced here, right? 80 ahead, okay. Still looks like there's lots of trucks here. Yeah, truck stops still have a lot of trucks in them. But it looks like most of the trucks that parked on the shoulders have been gone on their way. Yeah, guys that ran out of hours are still parked in the truck stop. And they're probably going, well, I've parked here for this many hours. I'm almost done my reset, so we'll just get my reset in. So Brandon is actually straight south of us on this road here on Highway 10. But because Brandon's so close and close to Highway 1 here, a lot of gas stations and restaurants up here. And hotels. And they must have all been hopping the last couple of days. Come on, green light. Really delayed red light on this side. It's unusual. Must be a reason for it, but it's unusual. Empty cattle carrier. Had a cattle carrier parked beside us last night. Could hear the shuffling of the cattle in the trailer every now and then. Once we had our bunk key going, drowned out the sound for the most part. Still hear it a bit, but didn't wake us up.
occasionally the ones that just decided like
a duck car dealership there. And they're cleaning out their yard, yeah. Definitely has some water in it. And you can see there's definitely more snow here than we have been seeing all day so far.
Yeah, since we got into town, it's different.
Well, we'll see what it looks like further down the road when we get to the 2-lane highway instead of the 4-lane. A bit less snow here, but it's beautiful. And we're getting a light drizzle. Kilometer marker 188.
100 kilometers or less than 7.
Were we at 88 last time? That's funny. It is funny. Seen quite a few snowmobilers. Just a little way back, there's a snowmobiler stuck. Just coming through the trees, and he got a fork on the wrong side of a small tree trunk. His buddies were trying to get him back unstuck. 110 kilometer sign has been knocked over. Portage La Prairie is 54 kilometers away. Light drizzle could be trouble for later on. There's a perfect layer of black ice on the road for a perfect disaster of accidents. That round bale was almost under snow, wasn't it? Quite a bit of snow in the ditch there. Austin, 5 kilometers away. Home of the Manitoba Agricultural Museum. Agriculture. Yeah, co-op card lock in the middle of nowhere. I think it's a card lock. But Jess was commenting how beautiful it is. You don't usually see the yellow leaves with the snow on the ground. Really beautiful seeing fall and winter at the same time. Definitely card lock.
Makes sense without the fireworks.
It turned into kind of a fun week. If it wasn't for the statutory holiday, we would have no days off because of our runs, and then the weather slowed us down. But we slowed down early. We slowed down early. It was a good idea. It has worked out really nicely. Yeah, car looks like it's in pretty good condition. Yeah, just needs a little tow out. Just clean off some snow. Probably did some 360s on the way in there. At least that's not a rollover. Highway 16 junction. Trans-Canada Highway 16. It splits over here in Manitoba. It splits Trans-Canada between Highway 1 and Highway 16. And then it goes through northern-ish British Columbia, through Prince George all the way to Prince Rupert, to the coast. So if you were heading in anywhere northern Saskatchewan, northern Alberta, northern British Columbia, you would take Highway 16 here. If you're going anywhere south, you'd take Highway 1. I'm sure they got to slow down here as well. I see signs already. There's a train on... There's two tracks here. There's a train on the north side and the south side. 79, I'm a little under.
So we're going to talk about your internet issues.
Oh, there's a plow shoving snow off the shoulder there. Yes, we have stoplights in the middle of our freeways. It's not really a freeway, it's just a 4-lane highway. This is the main highway going east to west through Canada. Yeah, snowplow's pushing all that wet, heavy snow. I've seen so many road signs knocked right over. The road signs just cannot take the impact of that wet snow slamming into the side of it. They're taking this huge sledgehammer to the side of the sign and just knocking it down. He timed out that red light a little better. That sign looks like it got a partial knockdown. So the post on this side must be broken. Or it's just knocked off the post. Yeah, it looks like it's just been knocked off the post. Metal post. Yeah, there's a train there on the left side. You just saw a train on the right side, so definitely both tracks are active. up to speed. You should have gone between us, and then I would have been able to pass you. Now we got people behind me scrambling to pass you on the right-hand side, which is illegal to make someone do that. Approaching Portage La Prairie. That is a really long train. Yeah, the prairie trains can get pretty darn long. You might get cell service now that we're getting to Portage La Prairie. You might. So the restaurant I was thinking of going today closes at 7, so that's going to be a no-go. I'm not driving all that way to get there right at the end of their shift. That's okay, maybe tomorrow. Is it closed tomorrow? Thanksgiving? No? Oh yeah, closing early. Okay, so maybe we just won't go. That's okay. Oh look, there's another car in the ditch. Better get that one out before it freezes solid in there. Have some water damage. There's a narrow bridge thanks to the snow. Bypass around Portage La Prairie. Looked like someone hit the ditch there and they just floored it, probably four-wheel drive, and drove across to the other side. You can do that. I've done it myself a couple of times. Hit the ditch, grab a lower gear, and then just stomp the throttle down and over into the field, and then you're good to go. A little messy up here. Just a little messy. Bunch of hydro line work going on over here. Just a little way back we saw one of the major transmission lines. Yeah, definitely lines on the ground here. One of the big metal posts, you saw parts of that laying on the ground in the ditch beside the road. So I got a feeling that the roads were not closed because of the snow and ice on the road. They were closed because they had the major lines laying across the highway. Look like they just pulled them off into the ditch and left them there, and now they're rewiring the lines, trying to get Portage La Prairie back with electricity. So yeah, they're working all over the place here. trying to get power back to the peoples of Manitoba. All the cones have been knocked over. Why are we doing 60? Oh boy. Got a rollover. And an RV. Yeah, rolled over. Looks like a bison truck maybe. Got the truck on its wheels, and there's an RV with a trailer buried in there as well. It looks like it was a 2-trailer combo. I got 1 trailer out already. Got a tow truck sitting down here. Yeah. That's why I wasn't in a mad rush yesterday. That's right, there's a Flying J up here. Oh, this tow truck is backing down the road. That must have been a heck of a ride. We got more trucks in the ditch. There's at least 2 of them in there? And it's raining, of course. Yeah, we got 2 trucks in there. It's a Super B grain truck on this side and then a van smashed into the side of it. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. The whole side of that van is just ripped right open. Filled with oranges. They got another van truck parked on top and they're trying to move the oranges into the van truck on top. Yikes. See? Doesn't pay to be in a rush.
Be in the right lane.
Highway 13 south. Not where I was expecting to find ourselves today. To really watch the temperature and make sure that this stuff stays wet roads and not ice. It's going to be very important to know when it switches, because if it switches, I'm just stopping. There's no way I'm running these roads if they turn into ice.
Ditches are a little nasty.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to end up in the ditches, especially those that are all completely full of water.
Continue on Highway 13.
Hydroelectricity truck. Carmen, 53. Carmen's out of power as well. At least good chunks of Carmen are out of power. Most of Carmen is out of power.
So is Portage the Prairie.
Yeah, Portage the Prairie was out of power too.
Build that ditch.
Yeah, the ditch is full of water. Can't drain. end up driving into that, you'll be dealing with hypothermia pretty quick too. Hence why, if I see a hint that this is turning into black ice, I'm stopping. The farmer hasn't even harvested their, man, so many crops still on the fields. So many crops still on the fields. Yeah, definitely flooding going on down this way. Oh, they're fairly deep ditches, yeah. I don't know how much water there's in there, but let's see if we can avoid the big bumps. Nice, not bad at all. Well, moment of truth. Can I park here?
Turn right onto the unpaved road.
All right, Garmin. You can stop navigation. It is not plowed. I think we're going for it. Power divider lock on. Go to manual. I don't want you to shift. I was going to go through that snow, but it's working a bit hard. Yeah, and then I can stop up over here where it looks like there was a truck parked here. Drop my trailers here. Yeah, no problem. It was spinning a bit there, but there we go. This is home sweet home. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna have to do my post trip here, so on duty, post trip. There we go. Jump outside, make sure all our lights, everything are working, no air leaks, and then drop the trailers. So we will see you guys on Tuesday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Thanks for watching.